course being ignored, but.
Very much so.
For me, if
We're
you
receiving the
send
report.
correspondence off to staff, all you would have to do is highlight the John Smith sent request gone to staff or something, just so that you know it showed up. And that doesn't mean that you have to have that whole letter in there. If the letter's already been sent on, it just tells us it's sent on. All that is a listing of the things. If we want the letter, then we ask for it.
Let's go through the whole discussion and see where we go.
I'd just like to finish off on E.
Okay, E is return to sender with an impediment. That's when we can't.
Right. All I would like to see E say is that there is, for procedural reasons, so that I can say to people, did you send it to staff first, or have you better, that we say something there, if you are not happy with the response or the direction given, whatever, your options are.
It would be an explanation that was sent back to the center.
Well, it's not stated. This is the procedural discussion.
And because that is in later, that if something's denied, that the appeal period occurs.
Yeah.
Process.
Yeah.
So
Just to make it clear, so that I don't have people calling up and saying, I want to know why, I like this idea of staff, of the first line, so it should.
Okay.
but if it is something that meets this, if they have asked for information on the confidentiality clause, that's subject to confidential restrictions, or sort of client privilege, it doesn't matter if they can't feel free to, it's not available.
Maybe a copy then, or and maybe we put in, and your council has 2 copies of this response. Just so that people understand that we're all in the loop here.
Councilor Russell.
So go back to what I said before, temporary or personal issues identifying, that is not solicitor client privilege or alternative submissions. And if you use above that, that would be in the example, and they would have the right to appeal that, right? And if it ended up being, if it was, for example, personnel issues identifying, right, then they would have the right to go in camera.
Sorry.
For example, if a letter came in from a citizen, and in that letter, that citizen made comment about anybody on staff or members of council, and it was intemperate, and the language was such that it was decided upon by the deciders that it would be denied, right? It doesn't fit, is what my point was about 20 minutes ago.
Okay. If I could just go back, this is in addition to your policy that you already has that says if that situation occurs, it doesn't go in your agenda. That was what was done last.
We did that a couple of meetings.
Yeah, this is more a request for information. It could be very politely asked. It's just sometimes we're not able to provide the answers that they want. So it could be in the council agenda. Say somebody asked for something that was subject to a confidentiality clause. Currently, it goes in the agenda, and you say you can't have it because it's subject to confidentiality clauses. So this is just sort of a way to say, rather than miss that step, and just say, I'm sorry, due to the confidentiality requirements, we cannot provide that regardless of whether you ask council or not. But that was sort of my intent with E.
Okay.
But we can certainly put in there, if there is an appeal option, like, and some of them won't be, but
Yeah,
if you can't provide it, you can't provide it. That's
Even if we let them know that you're making council aware of it, so that people don't feel they're being, covered up, or because to Councilor Russell's point, if someone writes in and says Councilor Russell is a corrupt jerk, then the response from staff should be, we have a code of conduct, please feel free to make a complaint. We don't have a code of conduct for staff, so, right? This is really
okay. Clear?
Focus.
That's not really.
Carry on with the rest of the night.
No, really.
Sorry.
I think that you said that section.
Really?
I
What did I say?
Yeah. I did that, yeah, so you repeated the line.
You want it included in, instead of a separate information package, the information package is with the agenda, so people, but there's a,
You can be separated out like a consent agenda if that
yeah,
makes people happy, but it has to be a big.
so that everybody sees it at the same time, instead of sending out information. Separate.
Just to make it fun. But if it's operational, staff deals with it.
But
Yeah,
it's
we
for
can try.
information only unless a council brings it and asks to use it.
That's right,
Sort of
exactly like
like,
the consent
it's
agenda.
like the consent agenda.
It is.
Really, all we're changing here is the correspondence is going to be dealt with by staff if they can, prior to it being coming to council.
Okay.
So it's going to speed the process up, right?
Sure.
And if there's, we're still all gonna get the information, see it, but it's gonna be dealt with more efficiently. Okay? Okay?
Thanks for it. Can I clarify, how do you want to get it? Do you want it on the website as that separate little package that you click on and read, or do you want it emailed to you, or what? I'm sorry, I missed. Do you want it in the agenda still? What's the decision?
Where do we want it? Councilor?
Unless it's confidential under E, right, it should be in the agenda.
Okay, so,
I mean, putting it somewhere
Keep
else.
it in the
will just
agenda,
make
we're
it
just
too
gonna
easy.
have
It's on the
we're just
agenda.
gonna be a way that staff can deal with the issues prior to it.
And it's easy to file that way rather than even in one spot.
Put it in once.
Okay?
One spot.
I don't know if this is relevant.
Councilor Underwood?
Yeah, sorry for the 7.4, and I don't know if it's relevant, but the correspondence in general, like, we have a policy on what goes in and what is correspondence. Like on our last agenda, we had something from, it was a press report, right? Like,
and that was my fault. That should not have gone.
Okay,
And I
so
will
that-
follow
but we
those.
already
That was
have
my- that was my
identified
fault.
something that won't
Yeah.
happen, right?
Yeah.
So, okay, fair enough.
Nope, that was my
Right.
mistake, so.
I'm happy with it too, but that's.
Now, this next one talks about information correspondence, and it does get to the larger package items that are, say, the Lake Huron Water Board, or the Lambton Water Board, or St. Clair Conservation Authority. We have board members appointed to those, and their goal is to bring items of specific interest forward, or the organizations themselves, if there is a specific decision that's needed, they'll send a letter to the municipality and say, whatever, we need your approval for this budget request or something. So these are just the documents that, the highlights of the meetings or whatever. So this is we had proposed that this would be sort of a council information package as opposed to taking up the time in your agendas.
Well, see, that's-
It used to be called.
The information that comes from those, from the ABCA reports or the Blue Water report, that's what you would come to at the end of the council meeting, have a council report. I attended the ABCA meeting, and we're doing this on those dates, and that's the report that. Mr. Russell?
Yeah, I get the point, but I'll say after coming back after a few years onto council, and the fact that in fact, by not having that information, what we found in many different councils of Blue Water was the councilors knew, I won't use the term, didn't know a lot about it because they weren't getting anything from the council, bringing anything back, because most of the councils only came once every 3 months or 4 months. The ones who were on the board, they didn't report to the other 8 councils, so a whole bunch of reasons. By having that, and I think we worked that out 3 years ago, if I remember correctly, with Blue Water, that the information should be for each, so that at least you're up to date. The fire board always gives us the full minutes of the meeting, right? I don't think in terms of the board, you need the salient information on the ongoing. And I think, personally, I think that information, because I don't sit on a board, I still need that information. I'd like to know what Marty's board is doing. When Mr. Henry does something over there and I read it in the paper 2 weeks after his board meeting and I think, well, how come Marty didn't stand up and yap? Or, no, I don't mean it that way, but but he doesn't report back on everything. Right. I'm joking with you here.
I tried.
I know. But that's, to me, it's over there. We should read that because we're council.
All right, so.
We should.
That's both water boards, both conservation authority and the police service board is something that we are not getting enough information from that back to our councils, and I'm a group of 9, and that's in the works of changing. Definitely.
Well, one thing I noticed that ABCA did was to provide a 2, maybe 3-page summary of what had been discussed. So I asked St. Clair to do that, and I think I've seen them sending that out a little more recently, which is only 2-3 pages, which would be good to have the agenda because the public would probably like to know that too. And I think we had a more extensive report from Blue Water the last time, but if they provide us just a summary of what's been described or discussed in their council or the board meeting, then that's helpful to us.
a monthly highlight